What's up, gang? So we picked up this Miss Pac-Man cocktail for, I think, $150 about a month ago. Haven't had a chance to film an episode yet, but I think this is Arcade Bottom Feeders 48, somewhere around there. We'll know by the time we do the title. So it looks like we have some, some rolling issues, hold issues, something like that. Got it set up where all I have to do is this. Okay, I think that'll stay. Okay, so I've already done this, and we've already adjusted the pot back and forth. You can get the image to stabilize, and I'll do it here in just a second for you. But it still kind of rolls, and we can't get it right. I checked the B+, which I will show you how to do that. I'll just go ahead and do that now. You want to put one of your leads on the back side of this white resistor here, where the white wire is, and then you want to ground it to the chassis with your black lead, and you should have somewhere around 125 volts DC on the B+. This one I think was 145. It's a little high, but before I can start troubleshooting and really saying what it is, what I want to do is go ahead and pull the chassis, and I'm going to change all the caps, clean it up a little bit, and reflow some solder, and then we'll put it back in, see how the image looks, check the B+ again. And if it's not fine then I'll start troubleshooting components and whatnot. But this one should be a pretty easy one. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry. I did want to show you guys how I had a pretty close to stable image, but it just keeps fooling me. I'll get close and then I just keep adjusting and then I knock it out of whack. So I'm just going to go ahead and pull the chassis. I'm going to turn everything off, disconnect it, discharge it, pull the chassis out, and we'll just go ahead and cap it, and then we'll check it from there. But give me a second here, we'll get set up, and then we'll do some caps. All right, we got her yanked here. Just want to go over a couple things. This is an Electrohome G07, and this cap right here, let's see, I'm gonna put it like it was in the monitor, or yeah, on the frame here. This one that's farthest or closest to the tube is marked where to the right here you can see there's like a little mark next to it. That's where the negative should be, so it looks like it's correct there. And when you look on it in the back of the board, it says the opposite there. Let's see, I lost myself on here. C302. Where do we go? I can see it, but I can't find it on camera. But anyway, on the bottom, it's marked backwards, and on the top, it's marked correctly. So this far one out here that's closest to the tube, you want to make sure that you use what's marked on the top of the frame, or on the top of the board there. The other thing I wanted to go over is the B+, you hook your red lead here. I think Mike actually put his lead here instead of here. On this side, you should be getting 145. So when I started talking about this and thinking about it, I was going at it like it was 145 on this side, which probably would have put it in shutdown. Had that been the case, usually after a good reflow, you can change C511. And let me find her. Should be over here somewhere. Oh, I bet this is just totally thrilling. Even if I had it, I would have lost it again by now. Okay, let me see where we're at. Okay, it's over here. 506, C411. It joins two sides. C507, it should be like right here, right? How did I lose it? It's because it's upside down, I guess. This is great television. Okay, at least I can look a little easier here. But while we are snooping around and looking around here, I want to point out that, well, maybe it is 411. I thought it was 511. So I think that is it right here. So usually I can just change that one cap and put the chassis back in and it's fine. I thought it was 511, but I guess it's 411. Unless 511's over here. I was pretty sure. Oh, there it is. It is 511. I lied. So it's this one right here. It's that one, and it is 47 microfarads and 200 volt. And it's right there. And for whatever reason, that it joins two different sides of the chassis, and it just gets cooked. And it doesn't take it very long to go bad. But I don't think that that's really our problem. Like I said, I think Mike got his reading off the wrong side, which happens, not a big deal. Because 145 volts like that, I think would probably put it in shutdown, I think. But I'm going to go ahead and change the caps anyway. Had we been in that situation, I would have just changed the one just to see if I was right. I like to prove myself right sometimes. But I'm just going to go ahead and change them all. I do want to show you guys there is some very questionable solder work. And let's see, let me show you this here. So they didn't even seal it to the board all the way. Let me see, there we go. And I went around with my meter and checked continuity all over the place, and it's just missing in half the spots. So it definitely needs a good reflow, a little cleanup. I don't think they did a horrible job. I just think, you know, they didn't have as much experience as they probably should have. But let me go ahead and run a reflow, and I'm gonna take care. I think there's only like 10 caps or something on this. If Mike comes back before I get done, then I'll let him take the camera and we can work together. I did forget my tripod, damn it. But this is the $150 Miss Pac-Man cocktail. And I think it should be an easy fix. All right, let's take a look. So, according to the flow chart, we needed to check. It was 301 and 305, these two little transistors here. Those were okay. And then possibly IC 501. And then the other thing was that our, we recapped it, threw it in, and changed one of the pots that we thought was bad. And it still was doing the same thing pretty much, a little bit slower. So then I checked the flow chart, and it said that if we couldn't get it to sync and it was still scrolling, I think left to right or up and down, then it was these two or possibly this. And then our B plus, I checked it and it was at like 165 or 170, something really high. And so that could be also this, or possibly cold solder joints or lifted traces, stuff like that. But when I was looking, this B plus pot here was turned all the way up. So I turned it about a little bit over half. So that could be all that was. I do think I had tried to adjust it back and forth and didn't get it to go anywhere. But after we tried it the second time, it should have been fine. Another thing I want to address is we're having sync issues, you know, kind of. The pins on here are really, really loose. And so I'd like to repin this, but I don't have any pins with me. So I'm gonna see if I can't just like bend them out a little bit more with a pick or something, just to make a little bit better connection. But I haven't thrown it back in after I've done this, but I didn't really see anything that I thought was possibly the problem. So I flipped it back over and I put my meter on continuity, and I found some issues. So all the little white wires are wires that I jumped. I jumped here, you know, here, 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 and here. And then there's a couple more that are over here. And then there were a couple that I thought I needed to jump at first, and then it seems like they were okay. This is the IC 501 here. So if nothing works after all of this, I will check continuity again one more time, just because I found so many. But I'm gonna go ahead and try to change this. All we have is one from a parts chassis, so I'll try to throw that one in. I think I have some in my house, but I just didn't bring any. I don't know why the dogs are freaking out. But anyway, let me throw this back in, and we'll cross our fingers, and hopefully that'll get it. Okay, so it kind of looks like it has collapsed, but it actually doesn't or does. And we're still scrolling. I have our meter set up here, and our B plus is still too high. So let me see if I can lower that. At least get that closer. Okay. I don't know if this screwdriver is big enough. Okay, are we going down here? Let's see here. No. It's not really doing anything. Alright, I'm gonna have to figure that out. And as you can see, we are going in the wrong direction. But let me adjust on this for a minute, and I think we might have to change that IC chip. I think is looking like that's gonna be a problem here. We might finish on this one here and start on something else, or maybe I'll get lucky and be able to adjust this out. Give me a second. Okay, I think I figured it out this time. So first, these two pots here in the middle were supposed to be 200 ohm, and Mike had misread my notes and put in 200K. So that is going to be part of it. The other thing is, when I pulled the chassis out this past time, the B plus pot exploded, and it wasn't doing anything anyway. So I took one out of another chassis and put it in there. And then I think between the combination of those two, that might get it. And at least it'll get us closer. So let me throw it in and we'll try one more time, at least in this video. Okay, let's see how she goes. Fire in the hole. Anything? The game came on. Okay, here we go. Okay, this seems to be a much steadier scroll. So let me do some adjustments here, and maybe we can get this going now. It looks much better. We are at Ted's house. I'm watching Mike play a little pinball.
Little LW3 game that gets advertised a lot on my hook.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, well, it came out the same year, so.
Does this one advertise for Hook?
No, this one doesn't. It advertises for a different game, but I can't remember which one.
Last Action Hero?
Yeah, that's Ted, yeah, he knows.
I should know.
I'm not a big nudger.
It's funny because we have this one at the arcade, and then I have this one on deck at the arcade. So let me squeeze through here. I'm gonna check out his truck. Crack the hood open on this guy and get it working. Doesn't like the game work, it's just the truck doesn't move or something?
Right. They put it out and it's still flawed. It really has never worked correctly.
Oh, so like none of them worked, right?
Yeah.
Because there's one at Galloping Ghost that doesn't move either. You can play it, but it doesn't move. It did for a little while.
They don't work like they're supposed to. None of them.
I don't know. I've heard people say that, but I've never had that.
When I was at Galloping Ghost, it was all the way down
Actually,
there.
what it needs is.
Isn't it like an automotive part?
No.
Oh.
Actually, all that part's fine. It's actually on.
Oh.
This board's dead. So you got these 3 chips. This one, and actually the one that's missing there. It should be actually 1969. Those 3 chips drive the outputs to the motion board.
Okay.
And someone has changed this board out before with the standard one.
Can you burn it onto that chip? Program it?
Nobody has it.
Nobody has the file?
Nothing's dumped in Maine because it's not an arcade. It's not necessary to make it one.
Right.
I found a guy in Vegas that's got one, and I've been trying to talk him into sending me his board. I'll buy the burning stuff. I'll buy everything I need to burn the chips if I have to.
Right. You can
His,
get it for $150.
his is intermittent as far as his motion works, but that's the motion control. That's not the board.
Right.
So like, if I can get the programs off there, I'll dump the ROMs and give them to everybody.
And everybody can have them.
But that would make it run again.
You might want to talk to Galloping Ghost too.
Well, I don't know who to talk to. I've sent him a message up there.
Doc?
Yeah, I just messaged him.
He probably gets tons of
I'm
messages.
sure. I messaged him. Well, I don't know him on Facebook. I messaged him through their website.
Oh, okay.
Their Facebook thing. Nobody ever.
This one's not bad either.
I want a free game. Yeah, I need a piece of plastic for here. It's broke. I just did something to it because it kept flopping up. But,
I can beat Ted's side score, but he's been at it for months.
dude, I got 660 million on Pinball Wizard the other night. You can get in this wizard mode that doubles all your scores on everything, and it just rocks. It multi-balls it, everything. It's 3 balls and it goes. The only time you get 3 balls in that game. It's super hard to open up, but once you get it going, it's amazing.
How much does this buck hunter go for?
About 35.
That's what I figured.
There's one on Facebook right now in northern Iowa for 4,200.
Was never mind. I was gonna say, was it Stupidski?
That one actually works. The left gun is.
I know how to fix guns.
That one's. I know.
These 2 right here are gonna be ground and 5 volt. So what do we get here? Did I not turn the game on? I didn't turn the game on. I guess that would help. Hang on.
Here it is. A nice little trade. Person I traded got what they wanted. I got what I wanted. And a pretty good deal on it too.
Super hang on. What I want.
That comes later.
Yeah.
Okay. It's on fire.
What? Whoa.
Lots of smoke.
Well, that's bad.
Yeah, well, thanks for watching.
When you take care of people, people take care of you in this community.
That's the truth.
So everyone, please remember that. Even if we're competitors, we're not enemies.